Hey guys, and welcome to the too long didn't watch version of the Ceadeus fight. If you want to watch the quick, well, relatively quick half-hour version, click the annotation here. I will be recording both of them at the same time, so expect the introduction in a couple seconds. Hey guys, and welcome back to Deej Plays Stuff, where I regret not waiting a little bit longer after drinking my coffee to record this video. Today we're fighting Ceadeus, the first Elder Dragon of the game. Also, because this fight is entirely underwater, I suggest you do not bring steaks, as you cannot eat steak underwater. Energy drinks are a suitable replacement. And there he is. Okay, hang on, let me just get close so you can see how big he is. He is the entire screen. Half of him is the entire screen anyway. Weak points are the beard and afterwards the remnant of the beard after you break it. And if you find yourself far away from the beard, the tail is a suitable place to hit as well. Avoid attacking the head unless you're using a gun or a weapon, as it is a relatively well-armored spot. And right next to the horns, which you will bounce off of if you do not have blue sharpness, which I don't actually think is available in the game yet. Right now, I don't think it really even knows I'm here. In Monster Hunter Tri, Ceadeus was the end boss of the single-player campaign. With the inclusion of high rank in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, Ceadeus is now just like a mid-level monster instead. Also note that, unlike most monsters, Ceadeus is only available in low rank in these specific quests. So you can't actually speed this up by getting a buddy to help you fight him. But if you are well suited with high rank gear, you will be able to take him down in one quest. By the way, this is probably going to be my longest video so far. 30 minutes in, and he will not be close to that. But okay, hi. I think he knows I'm here now. How this works is it's the only monster in the game with this mechanic that was present in past Monster Hunter generation games, is that if you hit a certain amount of damage at the end of the time limit, Ceadeus will run away, counting as a completed quest. And then you can take the quest again, and you'll fight him at the same amount of health that you left him off at. Note, however, I haven't actually confirmed this, but I have heard that if you complete the quest and then complete a different quest before do another quest before you can do the second attempt at killing Ceadeus, it will regain all of its health. So if you're gonna kill a Ceadeus, you have to commit to it. See, I've gone over where its weak points are. It's high. It is, for elemental stuff, it is weakest to dragon, and followed by lightning. If you have a fire weapon and if you have a fire elemental weapon, but you don't have a good other weapons, feel free to bring it along, as Ceadeus is affected by fire, at least. I will admit the first half of this fight, or at least the first half of the first part of the fight, is pretty boring. By the way, if you so wish to see the full unedited, unsped up version of this quest, feel free to click this annotation right here. I really should have mentioned that at the start of the quest. Oh well. Oh hey, cool. But yeah, the first bit of the quest is a little boring, which is why I brought the light bowgun, just because, if nothing else, you can see me get angry at a weapon I don't know how to use. I would also like to point out that you need to break the bow. You need to break the beard before the end of Area 2, or you will fail the quest, and Ceadeus will not have lost any health if you try the quest again. I also can't confirm, but it makes sense given how the scripted version of this quest goes. You also need to break the horn off Ceadeus that was actually really close. Oops, didn't reload. Ceadeus is, I guess you can tell, its main attacks are being enormous and having 1,000,000 health. When it's swimming, it can also hit you with its tail or fins if it just happens to collide with you. Or if you're just right in front of it, which is another reason why you shouldn't be in front of Ceadeus for any amount of time. See, breakables. I've already told you about the beard and severing the horn. You can also break the back of Ceadeus as well, and the tail. Tail isn't a sever, you just get a break reward. Note that because this is a multi-quest monster, you will only get the horn cards once and also the break rewards once for the entirety of any single Ceadeus you're fighting. So that's 2, I think it's 3 staggers to break the beard. Also, if you're looking to bring bowguns into online games, I've heard it's very common knowledge to not use pellet shots when your teammates are around because it is very team disruptive. Because your shots will stagger them, and pellet shots, well, aren't the most pellet shots aren't the most. They have a very wide range of attack for an attack. I remember saying that bows and bowgun damage varies depending on how far away you are, with point blank being not giving the best results, but just between you and me, it's kind of hard to gauge how far away you are with a monster this big, unless you are right on top of it. I forgot the underwater ballista. Oh well. I'll mention that once it becomes relevant. Also, if you want, because they make you get it, you should... That attack actually has a much bigger range than you would figure. Anyway, what I was saying is, because they make you get it, you should probably have Cha-Cha or Kiyamba wear the Ancient Mask, because when you signal them while they're wearing the Ancient Mask, they will become a little spot of air for you. Whoops. Speaking of air, I need some. I don't see any nearby. I'll have to pop on these. He didn't fight me this much last time I went through here. Okay, now I'm kind of starting to worry. Stop being so fast for something so big. Right now, me and him are approaching the, final stretch of Area 2. And if I don't break that beard, I've been recorded the last 15 minutes for nothing. Which you won't actually see. So, I guess if you're watching this, hooray, I break the beard in a little bit. Here's the final stretch. Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm gonna do something. Never actually fought Ceadeus in this little tunnel while it still had its beard. After you break the beard, it speeds up as well. And you stop taking damage from it. Okay, beard break any time now. I was hoping that was beard. Right at the wire, too. Those rocks right there, those are the wire. If he gets there before the beard breaks, you fail the quest level. Takes it 2 hip checks to break through these rocks. I like to just get in ahead a little bit earlier so that I can get to the Dragonator faster. By the way, the Dragonators are a thing. Dragonator, come on. Or notices me. Ah, he noticed me. Turn around. No, not a cha-cha. This way. Generally speaking, the armaments like the Dragonator and Ballista are always worth it in terms of damage outputs. That's the Dragonator. That thing has a 10-minute cooldown, though. So, might get it off once more before the first portion of this quest is done. You can gather underwater ballista ammo next to the ballistas, thankfully enough. You can also bring 10 underwater ballista ammo in by trading with the Argosy captain, but I forgot. This area 3 is where the fight really begins to pick up, and uh-oh. Probably might make my way over to the other ballista. The ballista on that side is a little bit lower than the Dragonator. The one on this side is higher. Note that if you fail to hit the repel limit, I'm pretty sure it still counts as words. Still counts for Ceadeus' health going down the next time you try the quest. The ballista deals fixed damage a lot like bombs. Dragonators also do fixed damage, but those are more dependent on how much of the Dragonator hits the monster you're fighting. Okay, you like that. See if I care. You will get 2 carves off Ceadeus' horns. This is the only place you can get crooked horns in the game, so you're limited to 2 crooked horns per Ceadeus. Because the underwater ballista ammo deal fixed damage, they are very useful for breaking off the horns and the back. Because regardless of where you hit Ceadeus with a ballista ammo, it will always deal the exact same amount of damage. You also want to keep an eye on Ceadeus, or at least keep an ear out for it, just because a lot of its attacks have audio cues, and okay, that sure is clipping. But yeah, a lot of its attacks let's just say he has a range of the entire arena, and as you can tell, it's a pretty big arena. Stuff. There's the tail broken. Now to just get its back. When I say back, I specifically mean the part above the beard. I need air. If you're short on air, there's a little bit over here by the entrance. There's Also a couple more spots, but that's the one I remember the most. What's up, son? Got some bullets. Well, I tried to dodge that. With most weapons, if you see that one coming, you will have just enough time to get out of the way. Fortunately for me right now, the light bowgun has a very quick putting away animation, unlike, say, the switch axe, which is what I used to go through the entirety of this game the first time I played it. Well, crap. Oh yeah, I still have some ballistics. I think I heard it. Hoping that I hit the limit. I should. I hit him with 20 ballistas and a Dragnator. Thing is like impossible to dodge. Also, being such a ridiculously large creature, especially susceptible to pierce shots from both bows and bowguns. Also, just another little fact, all Elder Dragons in the game do require high-grade earplugs to block the roars, which I don't think is available in the game yet. See, like, it gives you a little pop-up to tell you when the Dragonator is ready, but I don't think I've got enough time to use it. Swim right in front of it. Swim right in front of it. Too far away. Well, poppycock. Whoops. Shot before, tried to shoot before I reloaded. And there you have it. That's how you repel a Ceadeus and also fight it. Now then, depending on which version of this video you're watching, this is either going to be another, I don't know, minute for you to kill it, or an hour and a half, depending on how long it takes this time. Anyway, speed up, me, future me. And if you're watching the too long didn't watch version of this, well, I've got to restock, so now's a good time to get a cup of coffee or go to the bathroom or anything like that. You probably don't even need to unpause it. I mean, bleh. You probably don't even need to pause a video. Ah, dragon gem, sweet. I just have to make sure this is synced up properly. Oh, come on. One, two, three, sync. Well, the good news is all of that was usable. The bad news is the video desynced, so sorry for the cut there. Let's see. Need more thunder. Crag, that was the last one. This version is just gonna be me talking for a really long time. I mean, it's gonna be me not talking for a really long time. What happened is, after coming out of the save screen, the video started to glitch in the recording, which, well, the preview glitched and subsequently the other words. And subsequently the recorded began to glitch as well, which is why I had to cut. I guess this kind of means the video will be easier to edit now that I have it like just a flat out separate video for the fast forward bits. As I showed you last video, this right here is a shortcut directly to more or less directly to Area 3. Now that's what it was supposed to look like. Ceadeus breaks down the rock wall, you come in, it gets in before you, and then you come to that cutscene, which I'm just going to skip, and head straight to the Dragonator, because since this is a new quest, the Dragonator has automatically reset itself. Why are you in my way? Also, what are you doing? This way. No, not a Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha, stop taking all the aggro. Just turn this way. You'll be like face deep in Dragonator. Thank you. I got a really nice jump off. What else do I need to record today? I think I need to record more Fall of Cybertron stuff. Like, I've already told you everything there is to tell about Ceadeus. I just figured I'd record this Too Long Didn't Watch version and do the voice with it. I don't know, it's just so you have a sense of scale as compared to the fast forward version that's going to be the regular version. Uh-oh. That was close. Just attack already, Jesus. Are you out of range of the ballista? Why you are doing this? I need to edit my settings so that the first person controls to control how I want it. See, like you can tell the horn despawned. Just because, like I said, this is technically a new quest with the same monster. Fortunately, I don't need to farm him outside of these few quests because his equipment isn't really that good and only upgrades like once you hit G rank. At which point you can just fight Goldbeard Ceadeus and get a hell of a lot of money. Hey, I dodged it. Cool. Dodge that one too. I don't know how I'm gonna get all this footage into under, I don't know. How long do you guys think is too long? Leave a comment below, whatever you think is too long. I personally think 30 seconds would be too long. But at the same, cha-cha, I can't see anything. At the same time, I do want to convey in the regular version of this video that this is an exceptionally long fight. Well, it's an exceptionally long fight if you're still in low rank gear. My personal suggestion, wait until you have at least some good high rank gear before you try taking it down. Actually, one time when I came back to do this Ceadeus, breaking off the horn is actually tied to its current health, or at least part. I think it's like it's harder to do so. It takes more damage to break it off by just damaging it and then tapping the horn once. But I did once managed to do enough damage so that I just had to shoulder tackle him in the head as soon as this phase started and the horn broke off. I just laughed my ass off for I don't know, a good minute maybe. Cha-cha was reloading. Right into it. At least with the Fall of Cybertron stuff, I don't need to record narrations too. I can just play. It doesn't also have that weird desync that happens after quests that happens in Monster Hunter. Dodged again. The trick is to dodge down. It's actually been a really long time since I fought just like a vanilla Ceadeus. Well, outside of unlocking the Kill the Ceadeus quest, which you have to complete the Repel a Ceadeus quest. Although that one's scripted so that as soon as you hit the repel limit, it leaves. Rain outside. Cool, he's just letting me wail on him for a bit. That wasn't a pun, by the way. If I'm gonna make a whale pun, it will be when I'm fighting Jean Moran. Dragonator should be good to go pretty soon. don't know what way I dodged. Guys, which way did I dodge? How did I avoid that? I know which way I dodged that time, the wrong way. There you are. Do your little swim. Usually around the time the Dragonator becomes ready to use again, he'll swim off to like over there, then swim along the bottom, and then swim up past the Dragonator, just, I don't know, so you'll get a really good hit with it. Huh. I didn't expect it to be that quick. The oh ho ho, you might be better than you look thing that Cha-Cha says is this signifier that Ceadeus is at low health. Because Ceadeus doesn't actually run like a traditional monster, that means he won't ever limp away. So they had to put that in just so you know you're getting close. If he's at low health now, I might actually be able to beat him in only 2 quests. Which would be pretty impressive. Yeah, this is his little swim. Right in the face. Oh yeah, right in the face. Right in all the face. See, like, he'll even say, even though Cha-Cha isn't here. Just note, though, he won't say that. He won't say the same thing when you're fighting Goldbeard, Ceadeus, or any of the other Elder Dragons, where you just kind of have to hope and pray that you're about to take them down. Because, like, when I was fighting G-Rank Electrion, I took it to the wire. 50-minute time limit. I had 7 seconds left when I killed it. Did it solo too. Well, Cha-Cha and Kiana were there. And that was like the last part of my Switch Axe only challenge. Which I don't think I'm gonna do when Monster 4 comes around. Like, I only took it in this game because I played a lot of Try, and I figured that I needed some challenge, so I'd limit myself to one weapon. Well, one weapon type. There's the Hydro Cannon. Like I said, that has pretty much like a range of the entire arena. So I think I'm better off collect too. Oh, I still have my crate. There you have it. Less than 1 hour. I'm proud. I'm goddamn proud of myself is what I am. Ceadeus does have a rare item in the Dark Dragon Gem. You probably won't need it though. Well, this was an adventure. At least for me it was. Thank you for watching another episode of Deej Plays Stuff. I have been your host, Deej, obviously. Info on Ceadeus' hitboxes and elemental weaknesses has been provided by Ping's Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate Dex, linked in the description. Join me next time for high rank! Finally getting out of these low rank duds, and wait, no, I still have to fight the first high rank monster in low rank armor. Poop.